Hello, Titan Army. How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another tournament day. I'm Nugget, joining you here solo from the box from our stream live on Twitch and YouTube, and we have Reign of Titans, The Road to the Championship 2, Volume 2. Top of the month here, or end of the month, I suppose, here in April, the beginning of this season two in Raiden Titans, and we have got our $1,000 USD prize pool up for grabs here. Players have been battling it out in these four brackets, and now we are going to crown two champs to bring forth into grand finals for you all today. In our first bracket, first matchup, we have our top leaders of bracket A and B, Pillow 3377 versus Argo Soul. We're going to battle it out in two more best of fives after this and see who is crowned champ, walks away with the bulk of that prize pool, and of course, those coveted leaderboard points. Lots up for grabs here if you made it into at least the top 5 and 8. While our players are getting matched up, don't forget to check off the tournament checklist. Number one item to do if you are just spectating here today or have finished playing, take that screenshot. Make sure you take that screenshot, show that you were here either on Twitch or on YouTube, and get some loot. Get some loot boxes. Drop them over to the Proofs and Submissions channel. You got it. You know what to do. You guys know what the deal is right now? I hope so anyway. I hope so. I'm going to make sure I take mine as well. But again, first off, we have bracket A and bracket B champions today. They're going to go head to head. Pello 3377 and Argo Soul are going to duke it out to see who moves on to grands. And then after that, we will have champs of bracket C and D. Heya versus Golsi Nero to kick things off. Who will move on? And what's our grand finals going to shake out to be? Special shout outs. I know it's just me in the box, but I know everybody's missing Ross. Was playing in the championship today. Got in decent into the bracket. So shout outs as always. As always. But again, you guys will just have to deal with me. Best of fives today here for Pello versus Argo Soul. Pretty much free for all. You guys know format? Switches off and allowed for weapons for scrolls and stats between rounds, but not in the midst of a best of. And we shall see what Titans are being brought into the fray here for our first match. I know everyone's jumping at the chance today. Been playing hard and been playing long. This is thanks for sticking it out with us here. Waiting to hop on for this stream to begin, crushing through those matches. It's all thanks to you guys. Don't forget as well, while we're waiting for this first match to begin, if you haven't yet, do the things. Hit the likes, hit the follows, make sure you're all over the Instagram, especially for those tags. Engagement today on Reign of Titans Esports. If you guess right, there's some crazy prizes up for grabs there. Put your votes in. I don't know exactly when the cutoff for that is. but you got options. You got time. And like I said before, these top positions will be on the line for the biggest chunks of our prize pool today and a whole bunch of leaderboard points. And first off, match is selected, and here we are. We've got Argo Soul with Ola Hurricane versus Pilo with Rekhoot Zoo. Dusk versus Sky to kick things off here. Make sure you say hi, make some noise in the chat as well. Hello, friends. That's me. There we go. All right. Ola Hurricane already boosting all of those Sky stats. Tackle applying that bind. Times 2 to Riku. And your strike can come into a very healthy and boosted up Ola Hurricane. Not too much movement here in this opening hand, but a whole lot of stats not looking great. Agility and attack bumped for Ola Hurricane. Those will remain at least through the next turn. Can they make some combos happen here? At this point, very, very, very even, except Ola Hurricanes in control with the stats. Tail Strike hits for 75. Riku gonna use Burrow Under to stay healthy. Feel the rush. Ola Hurricane breaking up the momentum to get some MP back. Still the agility lead, even though we have refreshed mostly to baseline. Riku's still comfy with the defense. Haven't seen much opportunity yet for the good use of those Merlin scrolls. The nice and shiny gold epic, nonetheless. Can't see what Riku's scrolls are at the moment, so not sure what they're cooking up. Spike shield matching here. There's that Prodder scroll from Hurricane. Claw is going to hit hard. Gas is turning on 120s. Riku in the orange. Spinning shield hits for 112. Goodness gracious. Okay. Ola Hurricane season opening seizes it and makes do. Riku in 77. Agility advantage in favor of the Sky Titan. 77 damage also very within the wheelhouse. First scroll resolution. Mayhap's going to be Ola Hurricane. There's Whirlwind Spin for trip digits. Plenty of extra credit. And there we have it. Victory 1-0 for Argo Soul. All right. Will we see some shakeups, or is it just going to be the straight up run back? We shall see. Weapon scrolls, things and stuff can be changed except for those stats. Mid game here, Arco Soul felt fairly comfortable, was able to kick that Sky synergy off well. All right. Just checking in on our YouTube friends. How we doing? Looking like the YouTube's chats is popping off a little more than Twitch. Crazy. Okay, Pilo does seemingly run it back with Riku. We'll see if the loadout has been changed and if that's going to make a difference here. Kicking things off with a bang so far. If you are excited about the Titan action that has been ongoing, then you know what? Make sure you hit that like. Loadouts seem to be the exact same. We'll see if any scrolls were shuffled around. This Spike Titan seems to have been dumping everything into defense and attack. Relatively balanced stat assignment for Ola Hurricane. Looks like we might be having some connectivity problems. We'll get those players connected and sorted here. Relatively quick game one, though. Argo did look in control. Spike Titan couldn't quite cut things down and create those openings like the typical game plan is, but we shall see what game two does bring us here. Hey, folks, let us know how we like in the tournament platform thus far. The more you guys voice those opinions and give that feedback to the team, the more we can make this experience for you, the players, the community, all the better. But you got to let us know. You got to tell the team. Game two off to the races here. Ola Hurricane bumping things up. Lots and lots of agility, and the run for cover is going to stop the purification. We're going to continue to bump those stats. Attack spicy 80. Tail strike. Hits for 95. Lockdown. Gonna boost the attack even more. Goodness me. Hurricane's attack peaked into that 100 range for just a moment. Still 80, nothing to sneeze at. Surge meter is online for Ola Hurricane. Are any of those attack scrolls going to benefit from said, or are we going to try to push the pedal to the metal with something else? Riku with 63 attack as well. 5 defense, not looking great for Ola Hurricane. Whirlwind spin gets back into the deck. The Fury Aura is online for Riku. Attack in the 113s. Goodness gracious. Plunder's going to hit. They're going to take some. Feel the rush for some damage. 133, big hit for Riku, and they're pretty much tied up here. Surge is now online for Riku. Much more even-handed here in game two. Ola Hurricane just behind Riku here. The Sky Titan seems to have found less synergy, bumped those stats, but not enough attack to come through. Provocation, going to take a lot of these stats and launch them into the sky for both. Protection Ward and the Fallen are the play from Hurricane. A little bit of damage. Ground pound as well. 37 and end range. Annoyance from the Prodder hits hard for 73. Furious Wind's gonna bump. Oh my gosh. 57 in the agility line, 115 in the attack line. What's it settled to at the end of the turn? Yeah, around 35 and 27. Still advantage to Ola Hurricane, and now back in the health lead as well. Whew. A lot of stuff happening here, folks. Again, both players seem to build up and not be able to capitalize fully. Utter Annoyance is going to hit 49. Ooh, Cheat comes out of Riku's deck here at the midpoint-ish. The Temporal Shift. Vampiric Strike's not going to heal anything, not going to take any. Burrow Under is going to increase that survivability, add a little bit of healing. Flying Kick for some true damage. And Manuel, much needed replenishing of that MP. Spinning Shield hits for 64. Hurricane holds on with 17. Ooh, boy. Some stats refresh here. Still agility lead with Hurricane. Can they close things out here? 59 before Riku can put anything out. Resolution's definitely going to be Hurricane's first. Spike Shield should seal the deal with the 105, and there we go. Argo Soul up 2-0 here in this top of bracket finals. Champs A and B facing off here. Who we got, folks? Who made those predictions already and posted them on the interwebs? All right. Does Argo Soul stick with their guns? If it ain't broke, I say don't fix it. And we're jumping right back into it. The full straight run back. We're dead ahead. Ola Hurricane versus Riku once again. Okay. Flying Menace. Opener for Ola Hurricane. Agility and attack. Trash Talk. It's going to drop that defense. Earthquake Smash. Hits for 91. Mana's going to drop at the end of turn here. Burrow Under for Riku. Get some big defensive numbers. Pirate Slash cuts some mana and hits for 82-ish. Take Flight. Big bump for the attack stat and agility. Run for cover. What's it going to stuff out? Ooh, Claws. It's going to be big. Miss. With those attack stats would have been bumped up. Nice shrapnel here. Major recovery going to keep Riku nice and healthy. Meditate from Ola Hurricane. Need those resources. Spinning Shield hits for 82. Attack and agility staying up from Flying Menace through this next round. Surge online for the Sky Titan as well. What are they going to do with this limited mana pool here? Whirlwind Spin. It's going to add Aerial Assault on top. 117. Run for covers. The defensive move from Ola Hurricane with the follow-up. Plunder gets stuffed out. That main hand, or normally the main hand weapon for the Pirate Sword. The main scroll for main hand. Goodness gracious, I need some more caffeine, friends. Okay, Ola Hurricane in a bit of a corner here in the red. Not a lot of mana for both players. Both these Titans scraping the bottom of the barrel. Mana well, as if I spoke it into existence. Riku recognizes that. Mana drain from Ola Hurricane says, give me those resources, please. The spit tacks on for 12. Furious Winds. It's going to pump those stat lines. Vampiric Strike gonna keep back a 15, not too shabby. Lockdown from Riku's gonna stifle some of those stats. Spike Shield hits for 139, and then Hurricane still is alive. Goodness gracious. Out of nowhere here. Ola Hurricane with 6 agility advantage in their favor as well. Riku, though, can slam, blam, and blamify 6 health, no sweat. Surge meter online as well, so any attack stat's going to hit hard. Any attack scroll. Can they find the perfect temporal shift with the cheat? Yes, they can, to at least stay alive. Oh my lord. Same. Riku still comes up with the same thought. No damage going to be exchanged, or at least run through this round, except for end of turn. And Ola Hurricane is taken out, falls, and Pilo is in it here at the top of these bracket finals. It's 2-1. Game 4, baby. Game 4. Is this the start of Pilo's comeback, or is Argo Soul gonna seal the deal here? Let's see. They said, let's go. Let's run it back right away. Whew. I'm jazzed. I'm ready to go here. All right, game 4. Argo needs this victory to move forward to grand finals. Pilo needs to continue to hold the line. What's it gonna be? All right, opening up with wind blows. Defensive posturing from Riku here. Guided arrow gonna stop. So get stopped. So no aerial assault for Hurricane. The spit, however, is gonna bring that MP back. Lockdown as well. Snagging some stats here. Okay. Chugging along here. Riku with the Surge Meter online. Double bind on Ola Hurricane, so only 3 scrolls in hand. An interesting cheat here, staving off this damage from ground pound. Pirate Slash also gonna have that damage shifted away. Major recovery from Riku also gonna stay strong. And in slot 4, Spike Shield and Spinning Shield back to back here. Stats, sad. Bind goes away for Hurricane, so gets a full hand back. Still with those cut stats, Ola Hurricane has just 1 point of advantage. Just enough. That's all they need. Slight lead here. Can they expand it? Run for cover. Some defensive here holding. Burrow under. Gonna boost. Stats for Riku. Take flight also. Launching that agility normally into the sky, but we're back to neutral. Trash Talk gets cut out. Riku gonna study their opponent a little bit and hit hard. All of that temporal shift finally kicks in, and Hurricane is in trouble now. Surge is online, yes. Agility advantage in Riku's favor, however, for the first time in what seems to be forever. 67 in the bank. What does Riku have in store? That's pretty doable, I'd say. 243, hard. Hard hill to climb. Can we stave off damage again? Do we have any hit misses? Steel gonna take 10 stats, so agility advantage for the rest of our scroll slots. Mana drain, though, mediated by Meditate. Blunder gonna snag 20 points of that mana. Do they have enough to get claws off? Yes, they do. 79. Fury Aura gonna allow for attacking first. Earthquake Smash is the answer again. And goodness gracious, we've got a game 5, folks. We've got a game 5. It's 2 for 2 here. They're bracket champs for a reason. Argo versus Polo. Below. Game 5. Determining who moves on to our grand finals here. All right. The run back is happening. Game 5. Who moves into grands and who walks away with a chunk of some cash and, of course, some leaderboard points. 60 US dollars and 50 leaderboard points on the line. You get into the top 2, you take an additional points and additional cash. So who's going to snag those? All right. Spit gonna add some insult and keep the mana healthy. Tackle gonna put on that double bind. We're firing away. Attack scrolls left and right. Spinning shield gonna hit for 97. Yes. 6 points of health separating players after that first opening hand. 180, 165 in the mana pool. Lots to run by. Is Argo Soul going to be able to control the bleeding? Or is this a reverse 3-0 in the making? Okay, run for cover. Gonna try to be sneaky, be safe. Flying Menace. Earthquake Smash gets canceled out and responds with their own 89 from the Smash. Shrapnel of 57, and then Spike Shield. Gonna hit for 89. The answer back with another Spike Shield for 112. Stats were dead for a moment. Ola Hurricane still has the jump, though, from Flying Menace. 56 to 71 in the health. Is 71 in the wheelhouse? Is it doable? 140 feels like a lot of resources. We shall see. The cheat gets canceled. Huge stop. Vampiric Strike. Not going to be enough to seal it, but keeps them healthy. Riku is only holding on with 8. Plunder is going to hit and steal what little mana there is left. Now Hurricane also in danger. Pirate Slash. It's enough. And Riku takes it. Congratulations. Wow, with the reverse 3-0. The run back. Riku moving on. Pilo 337 takes it. Our bracket A champ moves on to grand finals, and Argo Soul is knocked out. Well played. Well played indeed. GG's all around. All around. So we will see Pilo once again in grand finals. And now we move on to our bracket C and bracket D champions to be crowned. We're going to see Heya versus Nero kicking off this second half here of our Road to Championships 2, Volume 2. I'm just chilling nice and comfy. I took my screenshot. I don't know about y'all. Make sure to make that post and then send it over to Proofs and Submissions. We've got 2 more best of 5s on the agenda for you today. We're getting those players loaded up. And then we'll bring you some more Titan action. Again, make sure you're following all of the socials accounts. We've got Reign of Titans, Reign of Titans Tales, Reign of Titans Esports, Reign of Titans BR, Reign of Titans IN, all of the things. Always stay up to date as best you can. Make sure you're in the Discord as well, of course, to help submit those things. Find out the newest weekly or monthly challenges that we have going on. Plenty of ways to earn loot boxes and titanium. I myself am working on. I'm building up a little lava titan, building up a little spicy boy, a little flamey boy. Seeing if we can't get back into the swing of things as it goes. Buy my scrolls. Help brother out. My titanium reserves are looking low. But hopefully after I get some of these loot boxes from my screenshot submission, we'll keep trucking along. How we doing, folks? Who's over here in chat? What's up, Last Witch? What's up, Light? How we all doing today? Let's checking in our Twitch friends as well. Anybody still chilling over here? Oh, shout outs, Argo. Soul for popping in, saying hi. Well played to you, indeed. Okay. Like I said, top of our leaders here for bracket C and D, we've got Golsi Nero versus Heya. Toronto, Tokyo seems to be the Sky Titan matchup and selection for Nero. Sky versus the Dawn Titan Red Devil from Heia's side. Toronto, Tokyo, returning Sky Titan here from our last Titanium tournament. We're kicking things off here with our second round. Yes, seemingly late for folks. Blastwitch, I appreciate you for hanging out with me. Little old me. I know it's late. Tournament's been running slow, but of course, as we integrate things, new formats and such, we're bound to see some growing pains. But here we are. Toronto, Tokyo versus Red Devil, Sky versus Dawn, and we're off to the races here. Ghost Guard popping up. Toronto, Tokyo kicking things off here. Red Devil answers with a kick of their own with dropped kick. It's all kick. It's all legs. We Sanji up in here. Nobody's using hands yet. Just feet. Meditate, going to keep that mana pool nice and healthy. Slight lead here to Toronto. Sky Titan hasn't touched stats quite yet. Red Devil here aching for some attack stats. Fury Aura gonna bump that Magicka and bring that attack first here, or attack boosted, not magic boosted. Mana Drain gonna remove some resources. Ground Pound hits 479 and cutting that defense. Furious Winds finally gonna bump attack and agility. Feel the rush. Gonna boost attack even more. Claws hits for 86. Red Devil gonna be able to use anything? No, nothing left in the tank. Couldn't quite utilize that huge attack stat. But Surge Meter is online for Red Devil. Dangerous time for attack stat or attack scrolls. Pirate Slash, one of those strong finishers we just saw. Flat damage from Surge gonna hit Shrapnel. Hits 4 a little bit and cutting more defense. Wings of Order from Toronto. Gonna hit for 74. Tackle gonna put the double bind on Toronto for this next turn, and Surge hits for 19 there at the end. Coming out on top just barely, Toronto, Tokyo 123 to 87 on Red Devils, and 37 in the attack, 37 in the agility for Toronto. What's the answer from Red Devil here? Buzzer Beater Protection Ward is the first scroll for Toronto. Horn Attack for damage and reduction. Mage Recovery going to be really healthy after this. Earthquake Smash going to reverse that damage with just a little bit of extra change. This is Madness. Finally getting use of that Mad Mirror from Toronto. Stats fully in favor now of Toronto Tokyo. Red Devil on the back leg. Red Devils all red. All stats, all skin as well. Toronto gonna open things up with agility lead, stealing some health as well as taking that. Gonna be nice and healthy here. Back into the triple digits. Mana drain from Red Devil. Wind Blow's gonna cost nothing, but still hit 427 and seal it. We've got 1-0. Nero up. 1-0 over Heya. Are we going to run it back? Or is there going to be some scroll switcheroonies here? I can tell you that my vote for who would win, unfortunately, didn't make it through, but that's okay. It was only some loot boxes. 10 loot boxes of the mega variety still up for grabs. We'll see how long and how late those submissions are. Whew. Game 2 here of Bracket C versus D champs. Earthquake Smash from Toronto. Bloom Guard. I'm going to cut that defense down. Fury Aura from Red Devil. Boosting a lot. Plunder should hit for 77. The Dispel is going to get rid of not much. That's okay. Bind. Gonna hang on for Toronto, Tokyo for a while here. The blind is up. Major recovery for Toronto, so going to stay healthy, but not doing any damage at least for the next attack scrolls. Meditate, bringing back that MP. Shrapnel from Red Devil hits for 85. That's big ol' 0 under the defensive stat until that protection ward comes on. Pirate Slash still going to hit and take some mana. Red Devil in control here. 1 point away from Surge coming online. Agility advantage as well to Red Devil. On baseline. The cheat pops. Cheating and stealing back to back. Goodness gracious. Setting a terrible example for those children, those little baby titans wandering around the forests. Temporal shift, though, so nothing's going to happen this turn. Shrapnel. Flying kick, also going to get diverted. Spooky, scary skeletons, though. Looming damage. Looming damage. Can they get the dispel? Or are we going to just try to seal the deal before we get smacked by time itself? Who knows? Wind blow. Feel the rush. Gonna hit a little extra there. Ground pound as well. We want more stats. Toronto says, give me more stats. Earthquake Smash gonna hit for 119 though, and Red Devil is gonna take things there. Hey ya, up on the scoreboard now. Toronto, Tokyo. Down. Fallen to the Red Devil. We're up 1-1 here, folks. Game 3 here. Seeing who is going to face off against Pilo in Grands. Heya and Golsi Nero both up 1-1. Jockeying for position here. We'll see who comes out on top. Toronto, Tokyo getting bloom guarded. Defense down 20. Living Lore gonna also cut the rest of those stats. Fury Aura going to boost attack. Gets Tail Strike out and hits for 71 into that 40 defense of the Dawn Titan Red Devil. Still okay, though. Vampiric Strike, stealing back 15 health. Not necessary. That's okay. Ghost Guard pops, and now bind and attack down in the red. Not my favorite stats to see if I was Toronto Tokyo, but it is just hand one. Red Devil's plan seems to be whittling away. Can they take advantage of that 0 defense and this agility advantage? Earthquake Smash. Opener. Hits. Feel the rush. Hits as well. And tackle going to further bind Toronto Tokyo. Dropkick hits for some damage. Revitalize going to be giving some end of turn healing here. Much needed. But bind online. Only 3 scrolls in hand for Toronto Tokyo for a while here. Cheat from Red Devil. And then the cheat from Toronto. They're both looking at each other's answers. They're both looking at each other's tests. No attacks gonna go through here. Headbutt, claws. Flying kick gonna hit for air. Meditate, so we want a little bit more of that mana back, a little bit of healing back from Toronto. Now the wait begins. Cheats from both players, so that temporal shift going to push that damage away for at least a turn. Now what's the play? Fury Aura, attack boosted from Red Devil. Are they going to try to push ahead? Major recovery, Toronto, Tokyo trying to get in front of this damage that's looming in the air from this turn, or The incoming temporal shift ground pound hits. Defense going further away. Titan clash hitting for 128 and adding that bind. 43 adds on. And the temporal shift damage coming through. Not too bad. Red Devil has Surge Meter online, however, so those red attack scrolls are going to have that extra attack tacked on. 128's pretty doable. Titan Sense going to blind Toronto here. They're going to take some agility and some magicka and all of the things from Red Devil. Plunder's still going to hit, though. 10 in defense, 45 plus surge damage. Furious Winds bumping attack and agility more. Flying Kick also hits for extra credit. And there it is. Surge coming through here and Red Devil up 1. Heya here ahead of Nero by 1 as well. It is 2-1, folks. Advantage to Heya. Heya needs one more victory to move on to grand finals. Is the Dawn Titan going to prevail? We'll see. Not seemingly a crazy aggro red Dawn build here from Heya with Red Devil. A lot of strategic blinds coming in clutch. Cheat and Temporal Shift seems to be the MVP of this match so far. Players getting a lot more use out of said said new mechanic since the balance patch. Running it back. We are still awaiting and will find our finals or our finalists for grands soon. Like I said, Heya, if Heya takes it, they're moving on. All right, our game 4 is off and running. Body throw from Red Devil and then the Mana Drain. Rock throw is going to hit. Tail Strike also comes in for 55. The Webbed Shield pops off, and now only a few hit points separating players. Pretty even. Stevens here. Red Devil. Are they going to take it? Will Heya be crowned bracket champ and then move forward? Well, they already are bracket champ, I suppose, but are they going to make it to grands? The Fallen. Love this animation. The Titan jumps fully off cam. Tackle going to put that bind on Toronto Tokyo. Bind and open palms at the same time. The dichotomy. Long shot hits. Fury Aura going to bump things even more. 120 in the attack line. Earthquake smash hits for 147. And now Toronto Tokyo in the red already. Surge online for Red Devil. Agility advantage Toronto Tokyo though. 95 is definitely in the wheelhouse. Same as 183 if we're being honest here. But do they have the mana reserves for it? We shall see. Earthquake Smash answers back. Gonna hit and bring Red Devil down close. Red Devil needing some meditate, needing some mana. Both players finding a moment of zen here in this chaos to get some mana back. Ground Pound hits for 45 with some surge damage. Wings of Order also hitting, finding its mark. Red Devil alive enough for Pirate Slash to come through. And there we are. GG's. And congrats to Heya for moving on. The 3-1 victory over Nero. Well played again. And congrats on taking home a little bit of that prize pool. But here we are at last. Grand finals here of our Road to Championships 2, Volume 2. Sorry, I did two hands. That's 4. That's 2. Technically, 2 different 2s for Volume 2. And I am rambling. Grand finals here for this tournament. We have Pilo. We have Heya facing it off. Bracket champs of A and C varieties moving forward. We'll bring Pilo back in to get matched up here. I know it's late, friends. Thanks for sticking around. Let's give a shout out to, of course, Heya running everything behind the scenes. Without him, we wouldn't have stream, folks. So you got to thank him. Showing some love. One final best of 5 for you all here and there and out there. If you're going to be watching the VOD, hey, thanks for coming back. One more final best of 5 to crown the champ, to award more monies. Top 2 already getting another hundo and some leaderboard points. Still time, friends, if you haven't, snag that screenshot. Show us that you were here. We're going to bring back Pilo, make sure they're loaded up, and we will bring you Heya versus Pilo here. All right. We are connected, running, rampant at the top finally here for grand finals. Game 1. Red Devil, the Dawn Titan, played by Heya, and Riku, the Spike Titan, played by Pilo. We're off. Dawn versus Spike. This matchup seems like just a bruiser. We just throw in hands. Red Devil with the agility advantage. Rock Throw with the bind already online. Riku bumping attack stat already into the sky with 73 and pushing hard. Tackle gonna hit as well as put on bind ×2 for Red Devil. Dawn's Justice flows through. Attack stat strong still for Red Devil, but almost at half health here. 4 p.m., not bad. About the same as well, Blast Witch, but still, thanks for hanging out. I know for others, it is not in the PM, so it has been a long tournament day. Red Devil here in the red. Surge is online, but stat switched over to Riku here. Can Red Devil come back from this and then set the stage and set this the standard for what this grand finals is going to look like? Or is Riku coming off a little rest here and ready to go? And unfortunately, that seems to be the case. Unfortunate for Heya. But Pilo is up 1-0. Like I said, Dawn versus Spike gonna be pretty much generally a slugfest, you would hope. Boosting your own defense, cutting your opponents, and then slam whamma bamming versus give me all of the attack and let me punch a hole through your body, Dawn. And we shall see. All right. And the run back. We're here. 30 scrolls deep for both players. Argo, welcome in, welcome in. Well played. Looks like we're having just a touch of connection issues. That is okay, friends. Game 2 coming at you very shortly here. Okay, looks like we are all rematched up. Game 2 of Grand Finals here of our Road to Championship 2, Volume 2. Red Devil the Dawn versus Rikutsu, 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 Rikutshu, Rikutushu. Riku, the nah, the Spike Titan. Sentence got away from me, friends. Forgive me. Okay, tackle from Red Devil, putting the bind on Riku. Spinning shield's gonna hit for 101. Are we gonna be able to adapt Red Devil? Yes, well played, Argo. Thanks for putting on a good show. We love to see it. All right. Surge is online for Heya. Riku's just behind. Defensive wall is up to 53 for Riku. Can we bust through? Can we find the weaknesses? Red Devil opens with Rock Throw. A little bit of surge damage. Feel the rush. Gonna hit for 67. Spit gonna refresh some of those resources. Shining Echo gonna hit and be blinded. So that damage hits just air. Spiked Slap gonna be the follow through. Riku here in the red. Deep body throws, though, still comes through, and that is, oh, barely enough. Wait, Riku holds on with 2 health. Body throw from Red Devil that snuck through was just not enough, but now the advantage goes to Red Devil. Do they have enough to sneak through? Attack first, though, comes through. Red Devil falls. Agility advantage was still there, but oh my gosh. Pilo somehow sneaks it through. 2 health to his name, 2 health to their name, and still able to come through. Goodness gracious. Pilo up 2-0 here in grand finals. Players get the opportunity to shuffle things around. Goodness, friends. All this shouting, all this excitement has got me thirsty. Players are getting matched up here again for game 3. Best of 5 here. Is Pilo going to run away with it, or are we going to see a champ crowned this round? Let's see. Okay. Riku seemingly in the corner health wise. Red Devil looking a little healthier. What is the play going to be? Red Devil opens with cheat. Temporal Shift is online. Burrow under, gonna boost that defense and get some health back. Ooh. Stats gonna cut from lore. Mana drain also gonna get stuffed out. Spinning shield also going to be shifted temporally. And now, after the stat shakeup, Riku gets advantage. Okay, opener for Riku. Fury Aura gonna get attack first and big juicy attack stat. Oh, Titan Sense though is gonna blind Riku. Feel the rush also airs that defense with the blind. Ooh, protection ward. Gonna dispel all of those boosts that Riku built up. Defense cut even more. Headbutt hits for 30, but cuts that agility. The flying kick still comes through for 78. Spinning shield hits for 60. Temporal shift damage comes through there. Surge meter now online for Red Devil. Riku in the corner with 1-2 tree on the health line. Red Devil still barely with the agility advantage. Do they have enough? Not a lot of mana for either players to work with. Pirate Slash coming through. Gonna hit with 74 plus some additional damage from Temporal. And just in time, the cheat comes through. Pretty genius there by Riku, having the cheat in slot 1. Knowing that they're going to come through. Doesn't need to have to survive that much damage coming up next if they can handle it. Manages to survive. One more round. Temporal shift coming on the back burner. Red Devil again with agility advantage. Is Riku going to sneak this one out? What's the play? If the tackle goes through, then it is over. Looks like tackle hits for 42, and that's enough. And Red Devil is victorious. Game 3 here goes to Heya, and they're on the board. Pilo with tournament stock here. Whew! Oh, man. I need to fill up my water. I shall jump back on momentarily, friends. Don't you miss 1 second. Okay. We didn't miss much. Game 4 begins now. Grand finals, everything on the line. All right, again, are we going to see a full 3-0 run back? Tournament life, tournament stock here for Pilo. Can they take it all? The Spit's going to restore a bunch of that mana. Rock throw hits. Flying kick comes through with 94. Both players here in the orange. Under 270 each. 6 hit points separating us. Back into neutral here. Riku with a lot more mana to play with this upcoming turn. Okay, Cheat, the MVP, pops off for Red Devil. Burrow under, health and defense. Run for cover as well. The Fallen, gonna be eaten by that run for cover. Pirate Slash, gonna get shifted. The kick comes through from Red Devil, hits for 51. Earthquake Smash also gonna hit for air and a severe hit to the mana pool. We've got Pirate Slash and Earthquake Smash damage inbound through the Tunnel of Time. Red Devil's got to do something to shake it up or dodge it or tank it. Warrior Spirit going to add to that mana, to that attack. Open palms. Riku answers with a cheat of their own. Dispel. Oh, and Titan Sense pops again, blinded from Riku, on line for Riku. Needle attack not going to hit, but the defensive cut goes through. Body throw. Again, not going to hit from temporal. All of that damage pops off here, though. Okay, and now the surge meters have flipped. Red Devil is blinking and ready to rumble. Okay, Red Devil, desperate for mana, meditates first. Provocation is going to run all of the stats up. Trash Talk hits. And more stats